Is this?
Ahoy, Captain Sinclair. I hope your ship is well. That only Jolly Roger has been through hell. Yo ho ho, on an adventure we go. In the deep digital high seas, we travel with ease until we reach the outer edge and freeze. The Arctic chill like a very steep hill through the darkness led by our will. Yo ho, on an adventure we go to beyond the outer limits of society, broadcasting the reality. The pirates will always steal the show. It's from WPRPN, you know. Yo ho, on an adventure we go. Dark our vessels in the Skullport Harbor. No land mothers will fight for you harder. Your old first mate went AWOL after a drinking field haul. The legacy of pirate radio is strong. I hope our mates will come along. The changes we seek may not be long. That is why I wrote this song. And we go ho ho, on adventure we go.
Welcome, everybody, friends, folks, foes, and fellow pirate mateys, to our latest weekly edition of World Pirate Radio News. It's show segment number 323. I'm your host, as always, the Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder. WPRPN.com is the website we will direct your attention to. Sign up is free. All you simply need is the username, password, and email. We've got a lot of great links available via the show description end of things as well. Patreon presence you might want to drop by and take a look at. We have online merchandise up for grabs, coffee mugs, t-shirts, all that sort of great stuff. Half of everything that we do manage to generate as far as donations are concerned go directly back to charity, to the grassroots, largely in support of individuals and broader campaigns, including our annual Operation Secret Santa World 10-day Christmas charity telethon event. So now that Jerry Lewis has shuffled off his mortal coil, he needs a few others to step up to the plate, I guess, doesn't he? And fill his shoes. All the good work that he was doing. But, you know, we're a lot smaller operation, of course, and every little bit of support that you offer can be 100% accounted for, unlike some of the larger charities that are out there, Red Cross, UNICEF, Salvation Army, you name it. So we've got, outfits such as those, very top heavy, with something like, from what I understand, 90 cents on the dollar just going to bureaucratic and operating expenses. If you can believe that, it's a pretty sad state of affairs, but half of everything, once again, that folks do donate in support of our operations here go directly back to charity. The other half to helping to cover our operating expenses. And if we have anything left over in the end, it's great to reinvest. Maybe upgrade the equipment that we have on hand here, which it's been a real challenge to do each and every year. So very much appreciate your help. Pirate One Radio at protonmail.com is our PayPal contact information. That's also really important to take note of if you have any show suggestions or guest ideas that you like to bounce off of us as well. So do take note. Pirate One Radio at protonmail.com. Help us out with digital love wherever you can, and just generally thinking outside of the box. Remembering to like, comment, share, hit subscription, notification buttons, and as always, send word along to friends, family, and co-workers. So pretty full house here this go round as far as the round table is concerned. Looks like 7 people all together for the time being, which is really great. We've got Chris out of Atlanta, who's just wrapped up his recent tour of the East Coast of the USA, and that was quite an ordeal, it sounds like. So we'll be hearing more from him on that front in just a few moments. Christian Laterreux out of Alberta, Canada. Vinny from Brooklyn. We've got Alan Fredrickson, Tankman Alan Fredrickson, holding down the fort via his end of things out there in Fort Collins, Colorado. Roger Hansen, courtesy of West Frankfort, Illinois. And Sonia, I think it looks like, last but not least, Sonia Galactic, someone who, if you ever wanted a place to call home, someone super spacey and galactic, Phoenix would be it. Phoenix, Arizona. Although there's another pretty new agey, what is that? It's Sedona, I guess. Is that New Mexico? Sonia? Or anyone else for that matter. Feel free, folks.
It's Arizona. Sedona, Arizona. It's just up north.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I thought it might have been.
It's just about to say Arizona.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just bear with us here, folks. Why don't we let you guys let listeners in a little more as far as your particulars, where they can find you, contact information, what you're all about, and the like. Well, I try to mute myself out here and get the Facebook and Telegram taken care of. So, watch your mic there, Sonia. It sounds like that's you. You got a boom mic with your headset?
No, I just right here.
Yeah, that's the boom mic. You got to be careful with that. It's really hyper sensitive. So
is that better?
Well, just moving headphones.
Okay,
around.
fantastic.
Yeah,
sweet.
Oh, so let's hear from you first, I guess. Ladies first, and to whoever else cares to pick up the ball and run with it. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. Galacticfire.com for awesome t-shirts from several different podcast people and radio folks. Galactic TEC fire.com. And next, whoever's next, go shoot.
Hey, how you doing? This is Vinny from Brooklyn. I actually got something real funny to report. I got a troll on my channel who's seething like you wouldn't believe. Let me just read the comment. Okay. I don't want to use up all my bon mots, so I'm gonna gay effing Freemason pretend truther channel making videos about a fake Freemason war. You C words really are Jimmy Savile, every one of you. Right? Nobody has died in Israel. I know plenty of people living there. This channel is pure Jimmy Savile. Kill yourself, C word. So it's just funny. And one guy comes to my defense and says, I can't reply on my own channel. And he tells him, well, he uses an Imgur image. And it says, yeah, if you could turn down the batshit crazy a few notches, that'd be great. Using the Lumberg meme from Office Space. So, so there you go. All right, I'm having a ball. All these guys that got the pond far like you wouldn't believe. Thank you, guys.
Was
This is
that
Vinny from Brooklyn? GM no.
Yeah, GM or GM no over on minds.com and cans.
Oh, that's,
yeah. Now is this in real live time that you're picking up that attention from the troll, or was this something that took place a little earlier?
4 hours ago, Jaffe. 4 hours ago. This is on my Iron Dome epic fail video, which you'll find on the channel. Okay, so guys, have fun. Tease that freak and make him jump off a roof. Okay.
So, who says nobody died in Israel?
This guy.
Oh, so you don't like, he thinks that nobody died in Israel.
No, he's seething hard because he can't stand the fact that they're getting their own medicine. You see what they did to Gaza. Now they got the taste of what they did to Gaza, and they're confessing like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. That's how it goes, unless you make it yourself. He can't stand.
Yeah, and I think this is some of the extremists. They feel that the life of one Jew is it's really extreme the way they put it. It's all the people in Gaza are not worth even
a single Jewish fingernail.
Yeah,
I've seen that quote.
Something to that effect.
It's kind of pathetic, isn't it?
It's pretty inflammatory. So,
thank you.
Okay, not a problem. Who's next up at bat there? Anyone?
This is Alan out of Fort Collins. I appreciate being here today. We take care of a lot of rebroadcasts for a lot of different programs. We help produce and provide content, things like that as well. Hope you can join us on Stagecraft Productions on YouTube and Rumble, and we're all over the place. You can also look for Beyond Undisclosed, where one of our guests also is a guest here, is Robert Morningstar. And we do the production for Robert Morningstar most every week.
That's right. Yeah, or two, don't you?
Yeah, actually, we've been doing 4 shows in the last month or so a week, is what we've been doing. So, but I just only signed on full time with them for that.
Mm-hmm.
We have had all sorts of problems with Discord trying to get it to have clean audio, though.
How about that? Yeah, we don't. We had 2 accounts with Discord, and they kicked us off, shut us down, and it's just we're not happy about the way that they targeted us, and so unceremoniously felt that we needed to be shut down.
Well, it's all Microsoft's fault. You know that. It's because they have come out with Teams and got rid of their service. It's caused havoc. I mean, there's a lot of services that was, dependent on that, and now it just simply don't work.
Oh, you're saying that's why Discord is crapping the bed at present? Is that right?
Well, Discord's getting a lot of carryover from their introduction to Teams. You can't record, you can't do a lot of things, and the quality, even though you have audio quality, it is real difficult in order to work with. And then everyone's been going to places like StreamYards, places like that. Discord is another place, but the automated radio stations that go terrestrial, like Revolution Radio, have been forced to go to Discord in order to have scheduled logins. They can program the logins and key in their timestamps for station breaks and stuff like that. The automation doesn't seem to be working with the other programs.
You think that Microsoft, it is Microsoft still behind Teams, or have they outsourced it to some Indian subsidiary? I'm assuming that because you find that to be.
I'm sorry, you may be bringing me a new story here, because I thought Microsoft was based on the Indian absurdity to begin with.
What is that?
Microsoft, isn't that Indian to begin with? I thought it was. It's just so terrible.
Oh, I couldn't. I don't know.
It's a terrorist organization, man.
I see.
And it's a financially terrorist organization, is what it is.
Yeah,
thank you. May I help you again? Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Come again. So, okay, next in line there we've got who? Roger or Chris? Anyone? Christian? And let's not get confused between Chris and Christian. Two different kettles of fish altogether. One speaks French and the other rides bikes. And if no one speaks up, then we'll just carry right along. And actually, maybe. Oh, is that Christian? Christian.
No, that's do better. The bike ride.
How are you guys?
I'm just peachy, waiting for you to. Yeah. So you're the Camp Hero Montauk survivor, most famously known. It's what you're most famously known for, other than cleaning jacuzzis from time to time, and I'm not sure what else you specialize in, but
yeah, well, I not cleaning jacuzzis, but like I refurbish them,
right?
Install and transport. I have a crane truck, and
out of Alberta.
Out of Alberta, and working on my book.
Yeah, who have you been in contact with? Some hotshot Hollywood producer is what we're hearing. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I won't say the name, but maybe I'll invite him on the show.
Well, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves either. We want to make sure that this project that you've been discussing actually, finds its way a little further on down the road before we do that. So all right, but
sure.
Yeah, with your book, I guess what you're telling us is they're thinking of, and I'm not sure, by the way, we've got this this infinity mirror business taking place here within with OBS and screen share. It's one of these I'd hate to be looking at this on acid right now. So, not that we have any of those type of people that tune into the show, obviously. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool, pretty exciting, and hopefully things work out. And it's in conjunction with your book and your experiences, and a potential movie in the works is what we're hearing. Is that right?
Yeah. Like we've been talking for a while on this, and
you only just told us just recently. What took you so long?
I've been talking with him for the last 2 years. Yeah, and talking about all this, but now it's getting there. So
okay, good stuff. Yeah. All right, well, we'll be hearing more from you with the updates on that front. Make sure as well when you're not speaking, to mute yourself out. So with all the background noise fiddling around and things falling off desks or people messing around with their jewelry or whatever the case may be. Just when people, when people are speaking, but especially, that's why we asked them to mute out. So who's next? Chris, you're saying that you're things became a little too burdensome as far as the cost was concerned, that you're being forced by the police largely wherever you took your bike. They were all over you to you know, I mean, even campsites, just to put a tent up. It would have been great if you could have found somebody's backyard. That would have been the place to go. It's like, hey, hi there. You look, like a decent, respectable
So yeah,
family here.
there's an app called Warm Showers
Uh-huh.
that started as like a, I guess like a some kind of file, like a list
Mhm.
file that was being shared for a certain price or
Yeah.
whatever, and it just evolved into a whole thing. But trying to, I guess it was just the bad timing, like Memorial Day weekend and
So in the
whatever I was trying to find.
next time, maybe next year, next go around, you made it 1,000 miles, but you could continue on your
Yeah.
journey. Maybe the next leg of things, even just pick up from where you left off potentially. With
Well, no, I wanna actually do the whole trip in one season. So it, you know, I
maybe
can still do, yeah, I could do like a section
okay,
deal
yeah.
possibly.
Send your highlights,
And
and you got to send your
but
highlights to RFK Jr., man. I'm telling you. So it's like, here's what I've done.
yeah, yeah,
Here's what I've done. They'll still have two,
yeah,
you know.
I'm figuring things out. I got to get a team of, together that can help me do a lot more because funding and everything, it's a lot bigger financial trip than I was expecting.
Did you
I
shoot a lot
was
of quality video?
doing more. Yeah, I did as much as I could. I'm
Pictures and
new
stuff,
to the
yeah.
whole shooting
You,
video and everything.
make some good
But
friends. Meet some good people, new friends.
yes, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. That's
for
the way to
sure,
do
for
it.
sure.
Good. Yeah.
Had a good time,
Any
whole new
you're
experience.
single, aren't
I've
you?
never done anything like
Aren't
this
you're
before.
single as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
correct?
so
Any women?
correct, correct.
New women in your life?
No, no,
New men?
no, no. I don't know. Anyway,
You have a family.
Hello,
so
single.
Yeah. Yeah. You knew that one was coming. So, but yeah, you have a couple kids, and like you were married
but
and
yeah, I
whatnot.
was more. I did a lot more research on the whole like Appalachian Trail aspect of the trip, and the East Coast Greenway is a whole lot newer. Uh, it started in the '70s, I think, and then it's just not as developed. Not as many people know about it. Not as much of a like trail angels and stuff like that. People wanting to help you out. You're just roughing it in the city, man. It's like you're just some bum on the street. Like they don't nobody give a shit about you. So
Who
yeah,
doesn't
if
give a shit about you?
the public, like nobody's like, hey, you need a place to stay, like here,
Well,
come
but warm
camp at
showers.
my in my yard or whatever.
Yeah,
Like that too, it's kind of hard to get into that whole thing
yeah.
with you know and I just heard about it like later towards the end of my trip.
Without ending up in
So
some sort of
and it was
psycho scenario. Have you seen this movie Psycho?
right, they're worried about
Sure.
hosting people they don't know and
Come on.
that are new to the app and everything.
Oh, you
So
come on in. You
yeah,
come on in now. You hear me? Come on
I
in.
didn't get
We'll fix you up
anything
real
from that.
good. Real good. Yeah.
So yeah, that didn't work out, and it was just I didn't get any kind of following to be able to be like people knowing who I am to hey help this
Yeah.
guy out or
Well,
anything. So
yeah.
it
But
just yeah,
1,000 miles. So,
I'm gonna reassess and
mm,
regroup and all
yeah.
that, and I'm back home, back to work,
Right.
saving up to hit it again next season.
You're a freelance auto mechanic, is that right?
I'm a freelance jack of all trades and aspiring content creator.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the way to do it then. So, and
Yep.
about what 100 miles a day? What are we looking at? That's maybe a little too much, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah. So it started out
60.
as like 15, maybe 20 miles. And then you know, 30, then 40. Then
Yeah.
I worked all the way up to like 80 miles in a day.
Ooh.
And
Yeah, those
but I was
hills,
averaging
the,
probably about
the hills,
about 40 to 50.
like if you run into some big
Miles a
hills,
day.
mountains, I'm not sure how maybe it's a flatter
No,
type landscape.
so Florida's the flattest state in the entire country.
Okay.
So the majority of the trip was Florida, and then Georgia and South Carolina weren't that much hills. It's the main hills that I came across was bridges.
Oh,
So
geez, how about
just
that?
having to go up and over the bridges, that was a chore.
Huh.
But yeah. So, and I'm sure it'll get more hilly up north, you know. But
hmm
so far it's been pretty flat.
Oh, okay. Well, you're
But
all
the
prepped
the
and
roads, the roads in South Carolina are
are,
the worst fucking roads
they
on the whole
they
trip.
keep those
I had
potholes well cared for and tended to, do they?
No, they don't have a shoulder. There's like zero shoulder at all. So you're riding the
Oh,
road.
oh my.
You're on the road with traffic, and people are like, "What the fuck are you doing, you stupid motherfucker? Get out of my way!" You know, like they
And
don't care.
and you have to
So
travel
yeah,
with the traffic at your
that
back.
was the most stressful. Yeah,
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 yeah.
that was the most stressful shit
All right.
ever.
Well, thank you.
But I made it all the way to Charleston, South Carolina,
South
and
Carolina.
through, I think, past the worst of it. But I'm gonna have to do it all over again because I didn't make it in one season. But
Mm.
anyway,
Well, you did a
we'll
lot.
see how it goes after I regroup
Oh,
and
it's great. You've got the vision.
possibly get a team going that, you know, instead of just doing it all by myself.
Well, we're doing what we can for you here and now. We were earlier too, and
Oh yeah, for
also
sure.
those minds
Yeah, and you
groups.
will again, I'm sure. For sure.
Yeah, definitely those minds groups that we were ta- were mentioning that you should check out is, you know, the states that are in place, the state groups over on Minds. Just copy and paste your daily, or you know, however often it is that you're putting your updates together. Get them up there, and
Yeah,
you
so
know,
I
people can
have
see.
I actually have my own network, beyond Minds. It's called, you can type in DOO better, so
Uh-huh.
do better.me,
Right.
and you'll get not only my do better content, but you'll also get the Chris Do Good stuff also,
Is that all via
all in one place.
It's not an Element tie-in, element.io, or
No,
different?
it's a Minds network. So Minds
Oh,
has their own
oh, right.
networks.
I heard about.
You
I don't.
get I'm like
Yeah,
doing like a beta test
I
thing for them
see.
to,
Did
you know,
they
try it
invite
out.
you to do that on your own accord, or?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You know, the whole thing's got
Yeah,
me
well,
just confused as all hell.
Jack talked about it. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
It's just one more elaborate sort of program or
right. I'm trying to
feature. It's
figure it
like
all out.
more of this and more of that, and just so many people are getting lost because there's just, you know, so many different features that they're trying to
Yeah,
incorporate. It
it's
becomes really confusing, I think,
it's,
to most people,
yeah,
just the normies.
decompartmentalized or whatever, or
Exactly.
compartmentalized or whatever the fuck.
Excess, yeah,
Yeah, it's just
excess
ridiculous.
versus streamlining. A little too overly sophisticated. Anyways, okay, well, thank you so much.
It's like, hey, we'll give you guys access to all this information, and then, you know, but we'll give you so much information that you won't be able to use it. We're gonna overwhelm you.
Well, yeah, or it's going to be really widely, you know, spread out all over the place, and then it'll be,
That's
yeah,
that's the overwhelming part.
Yeah, it'll be
You don't know
hard
where to look.
to find. Although the search engine, I must say, the search feature is pretty good. That's one of the better things they've got going for them. If you just type into the search bar a keyword or term, that they've been improving on that. It's not perfect yet, but that's what I've been finding over the last little while, at least. So it's interesting though. Just today we were looking for the Legacy Israel group, and it's just gone. It's one of those situations where you can't find it. It's gone. Middle East is still there. Palestine, a couple other related
Oh yeah, I've
groups.
got.
The
Are you
original
talking
Israel.
about mine specifically?
Yeah, the Israel, the
Are you talking
Legacy.
about mine?
Yeah, the Legacy original
Yeah. So
Israel group is.
I've been on mine since 2015, I believe. Yeah, and there's probably 5 to 7 years of content that's just gone.
Well, I don't even
So
want to go there right now because, like, as one example, I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but there was the original. The groups are still there, more or less, although some are totally MIA. One thing that is, it's like a real head scratcher, is the side chat conversation.
yeah,
That
right,
it was there
right.
for years, and then they deep six the whole thing. It's just, and then where did it
Yeah,
go? Nobody said anything, and we can't get any answers from anyone, and it just doesn't look good.
and
So
they won't
anyways,
bring it back.
no, I don't know.
It was too real. It was too real.
Well, but there's just mostly what I saw, people's links, comments. It's a side chat feature to the with the running in tandem with the groups, where if you had like outdoors and adventure or recreation, that you'd get all sorts of usually, unless people were spamming, related content and comments and the like, pictures or what have you, and I don't know what happened, man, but they screwed up. They really, as they pissed in the pickles, as some would
Yeah,
have it, but because they're
I hope they figure something out. I
part,
really, I really hope for mines, but at
I
the
do
same
too.
time, I'm not
Holding your
like
breath.
tied to them.
And
Like,
millions
right?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nobody. You can't be. But millions of dollars too. Where have they gone? I did see Jack out there golfing in Scotland a couple months back with his family, so that looks like he was definitely having a good time. With
Oh
his
yeah. Yeah.
vacation.
Oh
But
yeah. They're well taken care of.
yeah. Well. Anyways. All right. So moving along to who do we got there? Vinny, and Roger, I think. And is that I think that about does it. We can kind of get the ball rolling here and make sure as well that everyone has taken a chance to, and most should know how this works now. We share the talking points that we have come across and reckon are noteworthy as far as the latest weekly news cycle is concerned. It's up to you if you want to expand upon those or add to them, or maybe you've got your own stories or angles. Feel free. It's, I mean, when's the last time that anyone censored you here with the show? Not too often, other than just maybe kind of dial down the potty mouth a little bit. And one complimentary F bomb. When I get really fired up, even I can't hold back. So George Carlin talked about it within a comedic context, and his take on the whole thing, as with smoking weed, was judicious use of profanity. Not to overdo it, just judicious. Go to it just for that little hit. He used to hide a joint around the house, right? And whatever, just using there's something not quite clicking in his brain as far as um, a piece coming together, that comedic bit, as it were, that take a little hit off spliff that he had stashed away, and that generally helped do the trick, get the creative juices flowing. So, anyways, Vinny, we've spoken to you, Sonia, Alan, Christian, Chris, just Roger, really.
Yes, just Roger.
Roger Hans. Maybe people wander away to the refrigerator sometimes, or bathroom, the poop deck.
No, I'm here.
Oh.
I'm focusing on doing the stream. So
Yeah. Hey, thanks for simulcasting, by the way. You and Alan, courtesy of HomeNetwork.tv. I'm not sure if anyone else is, but thank you, gentlemen, ladies, and gentlemen. Go ahead, Roger. Ladies first.
Oh. Okay.
Speaking of ladies.
I'm Roger Hansen. You can catch me on Teams, I guess, and you can also catch me on Discord. Yeah, Roger Hansen, all that stuff. I've got different channels. Wonderful World of Weirdness. I've also got Strange Stories, Live with Roger Hansen, all this good stuff. But right now, I'm simulcasting with Jeffy Ryder on WPRPN or NP, someone like that. PN, yeah, there you go. And I'm stuck on the poop deck because he won't let me off the poop deck.
PN, who's PN? You're up there, PN too.
Yeah, I'm peeing off the poop deck.
Oh, well, that's what it's built for. And I didn't realize this, but actually the poop deck literally was that. It was the poop deck where the pirates would go up and do their thing.
Do their business.
And it was the front of the ship, wasn't it? To me, that seems counterintuitive. But
yeah.
why did they have it set up that way?
Because the captain wanted to smell all their poop. He was standing on the backside looking down.
Here we go again. We got rid of Angel. Actually, Angel got rid of himself. So we're left with Roger here to kind of see how lowbrow he can take the.
I wouldn't compare me to Angel. Angel's the pro.
The pro troll, or what, just badass.
I know he had his bad side, but he also had a lot of his good side there. I wish he'd just shown that, because he had a lot of history and stuff like that, and a lot of different rare topics.
Angel?
Yeah, he was familiar with the plasma generator in Egypt and in Giza.
Really?
Which it takes a lot of study in order to find out and figure out that's what it was. It was a plasma generator. Yeah. And he showed a lot of experience that way. He just couldn't be social, I guess. I don't know.
He's got a little bit of
he has a lot of interesting stuff on his blog. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's got a little of the antisocial thing going on for sure. He was never wrong either, I noticed. He could never be wrong. He was so smart that he just couldn't be wrong, unfortunately.
Well,
so
he loved himself.
He's always right unless he's left. That's it.
Okay.
He loved himself more than he loved anybody else. I mean, it's a good thing if you have a certain amount of discipline to that, because you're supposed to love yourself, but taking it overboard is.
I got the 15-minute message here.
Yeah, that's right. So did we. Know thyself. Know thy Sioten. I'm not sure how the pronunciation is, but yeah, that was the big Socratic sort of.
I'd always get into fights with him over the women. He'd get on and he'd say some of the dumbest things to these women. He just on your chat and everything, and he just always got me riled on it.
Oh, really?
So yeah, always.
Talking dissing women, like putting them down.
Well, he'd criticize what they said. You know what I mean? He didn't have any respect for people's opinions. If he thought that you were wrong, he would do it. Not just for me. I have a soft spot for the ladies. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to show a little respect towards the women. Unless you're in bed,
Yeah.
of course, then you just treat them like naughty girls.
There we
Naughty,
go.
naughty girls.
There we go again.
Yeah,
So,
baby.
That's right. See,
yeah.
you're not supposed to give them any kind of respect when you're.
Oh, jeez. Well, give them what give them what they want, I suppose,
That's
right?
right.
So there you go. Everyone, and so just every woman is different as far as the way they're, and that's the thing. As a male, you have to provide that. It's important. That's what part of the whole. I would argue like the love equation requires. So, but
That's
anyways,
exactly right.
yeah, or else just stay in the friend zone.
Women are always waiting for the guy to just kind of take charge,
You, yeah, I don't know,
especially in
man.
that fashion.
There's some pretty assertive women, very
Maybe
dominant,
so,
assertive
Oh,
but
women.
but at a
you're
woman's
well
heart,
versed.
Yeah.
You go from news to politics to love advice, like just
oh,
covering the whole gambit.
absolutely,
Take it.
yeah.
So, but
Take
and
it
just
on the road,
what,
baby.
and she is
Yeah,
heading down
that's
the road
right, baby.
shortly here. One last thing with
Yep.
Angel, though, I will say just to kind of like I feel sorry for him in the sense that he's struggling with some health issues, uh, physical as well as who knows what else. When it comes right down to it, we're all mentally diseased. If you look at that term, it just means not at ease, right? Diseased. It's that simple. So, but he was coughing up blood, and this is like not something that was uh, sort of meant to be private information per se. It was openly shared with everyone. I think pictures provided from his end and the whole bit, hospitalized, what have you. So, and I just was talking with someone the other day. Oh, I know who it was. It was Thomas Pascal. He's got stage 2 lung cancer now. Thomas Pascal. And he put a little stream together, and I was hanging out there with him for a little while, just listening to him.
I do know somebody that passed away recently that would be worth mentioning.
Okay. Brian.
Robert Potter. He used to live at Mount Shasta. He had UFO seminars every year where you could go up and camp out and meditate and things like that. He passed away last month.
Old age, natural causes.
I couldn't get very much about it. As far as I know, they found him dead in his sleep. He had some heart problems, but I'm not exactly sure if that was directly related.
Did he take any of the experimental kill shots?
He may have, yes.
Not sure. So it's something we have to look at, obviously.
Well, he was both extreme right and extreme left at the same time, with a few contradictions. I mean, nobody can be perfect. I mean, and you can't say it a complete lie. Every lie has a seed of truth in it somewhere. So, but I think that he may have been one of those that was tricked in taking it. Yes.
So yeah, digging your. Not sure where you're getting this the visuals there, Alan. That's pretty trippy. So is that an AI kind of prompt deal, or what exactly? How are you coming up with those visual effects?
Don't worry, dude. It's cool. Let it go.
No, I'm not worried about
cool.
anything. I'm just asking. I'm curious. So, anyways, we will let it go because he's not answering. But okay, has everyone had a chance then to check out the talking points? We've only got a few minutes here too, and they're going to cut us off. Speaking of people who passed away, it's the way we like to, in paying our respects right from the top of the show. Generally,
are we going to restart after this?
That's the plan. That's the way that it's set up.
Okay.
We have to.
I'll leave things going then. Okay.
Alrighty. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. What a beautiful soul. I would argue. I mean, just a sweet guy. If you see his interviews and just he was goofy, and he had just its really playful nature, and a lot of heartbreak and heartache and grief, and in his earlier history, in particular, with his father, of course, the abuse that he and his brothers suffered at the hands of their father, and verbally as well. But man, they were getting beaten on a pretty routine basis. It sounds like, and their dad, just a really toxic kind of guy. They finally, broke free from him, Murray, his dominion, and managed to go their own way. And just what a musical legacy. His family and his friends, it would seem, gave him a great deal of strength and support. His wife of 25 years just passed away a year or so prior to him, and that had to have hit pretty hard. It probably, at his age, 82, he's like, it's been a good life. Had a great career. I've done everything I was put here on this earth to do, and it's your time to go, clearly. So him and Mike Love, for anyone following on the screen here, yeah, I just wonder, a lot of tension, a lot of friction in the relationship there. Mike Love married how many times? Check that on Wikipedia. The guy just comes across as just a total narcissist. I wonder if it's part of the gets that from his Uncle Murray, or who exactly. Married 7, 8 times. Oh my God. And if anyone's ever seen the Beach Boys Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction speech, oh my God, it's just cringeworthy. Totally cringeworthy. So Sly Stone as well, let's not forget. Sly Stone. And I'm not sure why we got this next comment down here with the legal charge, attempted murder, but what a great career.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Sly Stone.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, is he lucky to have lived as long as he did? Him and Brian went out about the same time, and the same within a day or two. So maybe there's from the Buddhist perspective, you'd say there's a real close karmic connection there. So, and when people pass, when we go across that rainbow bridge, it's off to the astral. We drop the body, and it's off to the astral plane. Is that right? Is that what you understand?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently,
yeah.
Beach Boys was my first 8-track.
Yeah, was a lot of people's probably first 8-track.
Right.
Yeah, little deuce coupe, you don't know what I got. How many Beach Boys songs can we do? Just a couple lines, like California Girls, of course. Wish they all could be California girls. And then God only knows what I'd be without you. Many people just rave about that song. It's the greatest pop tune ever composed. And they really did, his peers really did consider him a genius, with an amazing ear for production and arrangement, and I wouldn't argue that in the least.
What was the Sly song? It was
we
really
are
popular.
We Are Family.
Was it that one?
Or something about
I thought it was more a different groovier one.
Get down off your high horse, little white boy. He had
There's another one.
He had some. No, we had a really racist tune that was like totally calling out Whitey. Definitely, I'd have to track that one down. I don't know. It's funny when those sort of things. I mean, let it on. Hey, for First Amendment rights, man. It's like woman is the river of the world. Nagger. I guess I can say nagger. Woman is the nagger of the world. John Lennon, Yoko Ono.
Wow.
So, nagger.
Yeah, nagger. South Park.
It's a little insulting, actually.
Well, anyways, so Iran.
Anyways,
we didn't do it.
Israel is dance to the music.
I told you about my uncle, man.
Everyday people. There we go.
We are everyday people.
Yeah. He was obsessed with Beach Boys and Sha Na Na, dude.
Oh yeah, I heard about. Was he gay?
No, I mean I don't think he was
Slightly
he didn't.
retarded.
Well, the thing is like when he got older, he started freaking listening to Queen, and he didn't realize the lead singer was homosexual, and he was really like really what do they
Phobic.
call it, where you're homophobic. You know what I mean? And then when I pointed it out, and he was in his 60s or so,
He lost it.
No, he didn't really care.
Oh, he
Like,
didn't
what the heck?
care.
Oh,
Was he married with?
Okay.
Was he married? Was he straight dude? Pretty much, or what?
yeah, he seemed straight,
But did he have a
kept-
family? Did he ever have girlfriends or anything?
he never had kids. No.
Did he ever have girlfriends?
Oh yeah, he had girlfriends.
What was your uncle's? What I mean, he's passed away now, I guess. What was he all about? His life, his career.
Well, he was really more of a home caretaker. He'd take care of elderly and stuff like that.
Oh, I
But
see. Okay.
He
okay.
he when it came to like wanting to listen to music though, it was really weird. I always did think that was odd, like the Beach Boys and Sha Na Na mixed, and then
It's
like
different.
later
It's a
on,
generational thing. Sha Na Na, they were pretty gay though too, weren't they?
yeah.
So
Well,
yes,
Beach Boys too. Like, come on, dude.
No,
Like
they
back,
weren't.
especially their '80s
They weren't
songs.
gay. Beach
Key
Boys are all married
Largo,
with families.
Montego.
Yeah, Brian Wilson didn't really like that song, Kokomo. It's a catchy song. I'd like to learn how to play it actually. So just
Well,
because
what
it's
show was Sha Na Na on? Didn't they
Woodstock.
sing on a?
Woodstock.
No, it was a TV show that came on like every week when I was like 9. I remember watching it. That's how I know about Sha Na
Oh
Na.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what show it was though.
What can we do to
It
forget
was-
about Sha Na Na?
You can't.
So
It's like Don Ho. You know what I mean? You just that Don Ho is another one that you just wish was erased from history. You know what I mean?
I'm getting a
You know,
pirate hat.
like
soon.
Styx Hexenhammer. Do you notice that? Anyone pick up on that? These people like they're a little behind on the times. They're finally like, he was supposed to come on our show too, and then he wimped
I get him
out.
on. I can get him on. I want to
give-
get a pirate hat here pretty
Well,
soon.
then
as
you
well.
tell him if he's wearing a pirate hat, he's
He
obligated,
has to.
or
he has to
or
come on,
we're
yeah.
or we're coming for him.
Yeah, right.
We're gunning for him. So anything you
going
guys
for those
and get
highfalutin.
Bilderberg. Let's not forget about Bilderberg. Okay, we got that happening here just recently. How many mainstream media outlets reported on it?
0.
It didn't
Not gonna
happen.
happen.
If the New York, CNN, New York Post, NBC, if they didn't report on it, it must not have happened. Just think of all the stories every week incidents that do occur and happen that are ignored. There's a lot there. Netizens, this is way worse than fentanyl, I guess is what they're saying. So, and yeah, we've lost the connection there. 2 teams, not a problem. That means it's time for us to queue up our commercial interlude and break. Jethro, good to see you out there in the comment section. HR Puffin Stuff was that the show with Sha Na Na? Geez, that might have been. That HR Puffin Stuff was creepy. It really was. Like I used to kind of like it when I was as a lot of young people did, obviously. But now looking back, it's like, wait a minute. There's something just was it Marty and Sid Croft, I believe, were their names, 2 brothers, I guess. Put it together. So Croft, kind of a surname that is. Let people figure that one out for themselves. But just a weird show. Weird show. So we will be back with you here, Alan. And I'm not sure who's more stressed out, edgy, and panicking. If it's Alan or Danny here. Danny, behave yourself. You're once again upstaging the host. So, all right. Well, rather than delay any further, let's cue up what we have here, the commercial blurb in support of Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, reminding you that with any order of $25 or more, you will immediately receive a 10% discount. All you simply have to do is let Ryan know one of two things, either simply Pirate Radio or Pirate Code. That's the way to do it, Pirate Radio or Pirate Code. Well, over on the CannaSense Cannabis Collective front, 5813 is our referral code number 5813. Check out their inventory, folks, both of their inventories. They've got a lot of great items available for people and all their health and general well-being needs. Not that we're here to formally offer any financial, legal, or health advice. Rather, we encourage you to reach out, connect with people in your community directly or through the interwebs. As always, caveat emptor. And also, while we're at it, we may as well add the further caveat reminder that the views and opinions expressed on behalf of the show's host and our guests do not necessarily reflect those of either the show's sponsors or the wider listening audience. We'll be back here in just a few brief minutes. Folks, do not touch that computer mouse or radio dial.
Medical cannabis is now legal by telemedicine. Get the medicine you need by getting reviewed for a medical cannabis card. Contactless appointments available at CannaSense.com. For as low as $39, you can get reviewed for a medical cannabis card. That's CannaSense.com for a licensed medical cannabis doctor review. CannaSense.com has all the information you need to get connected with a doctor for a $39 medical cannabis appointment. CannaSense.com. CannaSense is common sense.
Catering exclusively to the Des Moines, Iowa area and beyond, Red Dragon Herbs and Teas is a small, family-owned business dedicated to the creation of only the finest quality artisan herbal tea blends. Drawing upon many of the world's most richly established customs and traditions, Red Dragon Herb's mission is about more than just getting their products out to the market. They also strive to help educate their customers on the wider benefits, history, and folklore of all their plants. Of course, any seasoned pirate knows when they're fixin' to tango with the Kraken, you best be powered up with at least one of the finest select quality premium items freely offered via Red Dragon Herbs and Teas wide inventory. Choosing from any of their caffeine-free headache relief or rest and relaxation blends, history has proven their products among the best sources of scurvy prevention and vitamin supplementation. Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, bringing you guaranteed homegrown health relief.
Red Dragon Herbs and Teas, bringing you guaranteed homegrown health relief. We are back, people, with the final segment to this week's live streaming edition of World Pirate Radio News. It's show number 323. Of course, last week was our big No.322 Skull and Bones extravaganza. Hope that people tuning in managed to glean a few decent quality bits of information from that. Obviously, you know, there's a lot to research and learn about when it comes to outfits, elitist crypto Freemasonic organizations such as Skull and Bones and other secret societies, fraternal orders that really do, you know, play a dominant part and dominant role in not only, well, current events, but looking at history as it unfolded. A lot more than what likely most people would give it credit in having done so. But this go round, it's you know, the Samson option. Maybe we can shift the focus a little more to what's unfolding in the Middle East. I have yet to check up on the latest developments via the Middle East, so it should be interesting to hear what the round table members have to offer on that front, their thoughts. And yeah, we are back, and hopefully have around an hour or so left to go. We'll see how this all plays out as far as the new team setup is concerned. Have
I'm not waiting.
Or rather, has anyone?
I'm not waiting for the Christmas rush. I'm going to go ahead and hate teams today.
Can you hear me, Alan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I've got
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, fine. I've got to turn on the screen share actually once again here. So, but
Okay.
the Middle East, what's the latest? As Trump, of course, exited the G7 meeting earlier than expected. It sounds like
Well,
there was.
I can tell you something that is very unusual that has happened, and that is that there was 7 great big fuel tankers took off from Wisconsin, and well, that's the air-to-air refuelers, and they don't put that many up at one time unless they're doing something, and that was launched yesterday late in the afternoon. That means we do have some kind of an operation, or we actually running support for an operation over there. One of the two. I don't know which.
Yeah, it's going to be. I don't know. We'll see if hey, lending logistical support is one thing, but becoming more, you know, like in a proxy sense, but getting directly
No,
involved.
I think that we have a target over there. I think it's the Iraqi nuclear. We're going after that.
In Iraq?
Yep. Because the Iraqis, at one report that came in this week, the Iraqis were only 9 days away from having a nuclear bomb. The only problem of it is they had a 2.3 earthquake over there, and it wasn't an earthquake. It was them underground testing. So, yeah, they've already got the bomb, and now it's a rush. They just simply haven't let everybody know they have the bomb yet.
I think if you're stuck on hung up and fixated with the Iraqis. You're stuck somewhere in about 2002 or 3, maybe.
Well,
Still,
I mean, yes and no. I mean,
you got the
we're
wrong.
talking
You've
about
got the
something that's
wrong.
finally gone around. It took that long for it to come back around to the Iraqis. Okay, but you're absolutely right. It was that time period that they did the most inciting of the violence around them, including the attack on 9/11. They had more to do with than the Saudi Arabians did.
You think so, do you?
Well, I mean, money is one thing, but in order to create the mentality that'll go out and do that, no, Iraq was very influential. And you got to go back. What was the guy that Oliver North? We got to go back to that. The entire event was CIA created, and they just keep changing the name. ISIS, you remember when ISIS was something else, and then now they had a flag and blah, blah. It's the same derivative of where Oliver North came from. And that dates back to what, the early 80s? I mean,
guns for drugs, but I think you keep referencing Iraq. Are you sure you have the right country in mind?
Well, people want to say Iran. Oh, I'm sorry, Iran. Yes, you're right. I made that mistake. I'm referring to Iran, not Iraq.
And also in trying to blame
going over to Iraq for no other reason than that was our excuse, and it was the actions of Iran that we went over there, not Iraq.
Colin Powell's Yellow Cake.
You're absolutely right, though.
Pulled it right out. Pulled it right out of his butthole. Colin Powell. That's where he got the that yellow cake from. Blah da 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 yellow cake. Oh, it's all nonsense. And how many days away from a bomb? They were saying that back in apparently 2009.
No, it was too late. What I'm saying is they said that, but they only said that after Iran did an underground test. And it caused it was measurable on the Richter scale, but it wasn't an earthquake.
Could have been.
And so what it was Iran telling us, yeah, we got the nuclear bomb. Now we have to do something about it, but they don't want everybody else to know about it. They just want to, say, hey, there's a real good reason to go over there. They don't want to admit that they actually successfully got one.
I think it was really quite brilliant what the Israelis managed to pull off, actually. Say of them what you will. I'm no fan of Netanyahu and his extreme right-wing Licudites, but giving credit where credit is due. Similar to how the logistics, the planning, getting away with this without being detected. Wow. Similar to how Zelensky and the drone attack on recent drone attack on Putin's bombers. That was right. pretty skillful as well, as far as what is the military term exactly? This kind of
there's a few military terms
deceptive,
I know, but I don't know if any of them is appropriate.
Yeah. Just very, very high level, just very high level deception, frankly. And that's Mossad, let's not forget. Their motto is, through war, we will make deception, or through deception, we will make war. But then again, going back to this October 7th thing it's almost like circular reasoning is what it's known as. And yes, we see your hand up there, Sonia. You're next, trust me. But it's what's known as circular reasoning, or begging the question. People often talk about begging the question. Well, that's circular reasoning. And in this case, I think a really great example. Oh yeah, October 7th. If it wasn't for October 7th, we wouldn't be doing these things. They attacked us October 7th. And well, yeah, it shouldn't have happened, but it was just, it did. And it was everything that went wrong, possibly could have gone wrong, did, even though, Israel had the most highly sophisticated surveillance and technology apparatus on the face of the planet. Even had this CIA guy, Andrew Bustamente, is that his name? His surname? I just hit you talk like same thing. He's like, oh yeah, they just got the Shin Bet and Mossad. They just got their wires crossed. That's all that happened. That's really what led to October 7th. Because it's like just not buying it. And he's what would you say is the expression carrying water for the Israelis? So, and their nuclear program, not the Iranis, but the Israelis, the same nuclear program that JFK opposed, over his dead body, and that's how it all ended up being, didn't it? That it was over his dead body, and there was the rogue CIA, rogue FBI, dissident Cuban element, and there's always a fourth one they talk about too. But they never bring up the Israelis, even though just starting with Jack Rubenstein, who shot Oswald, Jack Ruby, someone who was allegedly running guns to the Middle East, this low-level mobster, well-connected figure, clearly running guns to the Middle East since 1955, and it's just that's one. It's just I just get really sick of Oliver Stone. It's like, come on, Oliver, like really, it's what, because the truth of the matter is Kennedy, in part, he had a lot of enemies, so they all got their hands dirty. It was the whole lot of them, but Israel was a more central player than what most have any idea, is what I would argue. There's more to it than that, even with what occurred on that day. Robert Morningstar could really lay it out quite clearly for people here. But the Samson option and Seymour Hersh. That's the author who is responsible for the Samson option. I think there was a book that he put out back in the day, and it's how far they got chutzpah. They're willing to go pull down the whole damn house of cards. That's how psychopathic these people in their extreme form are. Not all Israelis, of course, but with Netanyahu, he's a madman. And the one thing, speaking of Oliver Stone, that I'll give him credit for was calling out Netanyahu as such, the most unhinged, unstable leader, essentially political figure that he's ever met. And that's where things currently stand. He's desperate and dangerous. So, and now, oh my God, it even goes further than this, though, folks. Look up what we have here in the hashtag. Is it compromat? It's really too bad Robert didn't show up, but we did share the link earlier, and we'll do it one more time here, as a matter of fact, just to remind people. Take a look at this. It will blow your mind. I even checked this out on AI, and you can bet, like, if AI is copying to the fact that this is a real thing, that, because typically AI is gatekeeping, really, is what they're doing. They're trying to gatekeep as much as they can. And I did look into it. Guess who owns this open sourced AI? I'm not sure if anyone knows or not, but two of the main players, we shared the link on DLive and YouTube. Two of the main players is Lawrence. Is it Lawrence Summers? He was a high-ranking government official, Larry Summers, and at a recent Bilderberg attendee, and I think Peter Thiel. You talk about demonically possessed. Oh my God. Press for Truth was there on the ground at Bilderberg in Sweden, and where they're holding Bilderberg, right across from the Grand Freemasonic Lodge of Sweden. So it's really quite it's all a big club basically, and it's largely psychopathic, frankly. So it would seem that they want us all dead. If that wasn't obvious enough with the experiment, with the whole scamdemic shit show as it played out, maybe people are slowly starting, more to wake up to just the full spectrum dominance, weaponization of everything you can possibly imagine. They want it all. But yeah, Larry and they Press for Truth actually they pressed Peter Thiel, billionaire Peter Thiel. This guy's demon possessed, man. I mean, not that we all aren't. Clearly, we are. That's our spiritual force and energy that inhabits us, keeps us alive, I guess, in many ways, sustained. But he's just evil, that guy. Like, he's evil and just angry. So just a total, got nothing good to say about him, unfortunately. Larry Summers is a coward. Just a total coward on the run, and mentally ill too. You could see quite mentally ill. Probably, who knows what sort of drugs he was on at the time. Where Press for Truth managed to try to get a few answers or responses out of him and Thiel. There's nothing that they would. Thiel would not say anything at all, not a single word, and Summers. No comment. Repeatedly, just no comment. Oh my God! Is this it? I mean, these people do speak. There are a few other attendees who are slightly more gracious, and this business of the Chatham House rules, that you may have heard about Chatham House rules, where it's kind of like what happens at Bilderberg stays at Bilderberg kind of deal. So their lips are sealed. That's the agreement that they have in place. It allows them to speak more freely and ideally, hopefully, for them, nothing manages to leak or find its way out. So he is nearly the last. Oh, that's a good point, Jethro. The last Israeli leader. There's only going to be 14 presidents, same as Book of Judges. Now, this is what there was. This whole tie-in with the Chabad Lubavitch outfit. Look that one up. Chabad Lubavitch and Netanyahu on camera. The former head of Chabad Lubavitch stating pretty much that very thing. In fact, not nearly the last. He is, in their view, he must be. He must be. And so it's like an end times kind of self-fulfilling prophecy in many ways, right? The killing of the red heifer, the sacrifice, slaughter of the red heifer, and the Temple Mount, and they're the Jewish Messiah, their Moshiach. I'm not sure if this is similar in any way to 1666 Sabotage Sevi, but that's some pretty. And anyone who's not looked into that should, basically just be made aware that it's very satanic in their outlook, heavily having influenced the Chabad Lubavitchers, from what I understand, with that what is up is down, what is right is wrong, what is good is evil, what is decent is despicable, that sort of thing, to kill the goy is a virtuous thing, raping, stealing, lying, as with the Islamic community, the radicals. The taqiyya is what it's known as, the ignoble lie, where they've got that in their arsenal, where they can lie to the kafir, the non-Muslim, and it's completely fine. You don't find anything like that in Buddhism. In Buddhism, you don't lie. You don't kill, you don't steal, you don't lie. There's 5 precepts: no sexual immorality, and no taking of in intoxicants that cloud your thinking. So, may you live in interesting times. Speaking of which, there's the Dalai Lama. We're going to be marking his birthday, 90th birthday, coming up here July 6th, so people can, put you on notice. Look forward to that. He's a controversial figure, but I mean, that's what happens when you. What did Aristotle talk about? That the only way to escape criticism in this life is to say nothing, to do nothing, and to be nothing. So, anyways. But Crowley, do what thou wilt, the whole of the law. That actually comes from an earlier occultist. Look it up. Oh, bloody hell, if I was more schooled in these matters, I could just be able to unpack it off the top of my head. Bloody hell. Yeah, but see, the whole thing, do what thou will, but think of the consequences. That's the thing, right? Go ahead, do what you will, but think of the consequences. So, if I think of the earlier occultist who preceded him, I'll let you in on that. So, does anyone? I think I got to all the comments. These folks have no idea about the views these people really hold. Most folks, yeah. You're talking about the Chabad Lubavitch, is that right? David Gergen told Alex Jones, "What's interesting? This is guerrilla journalism. No, this is ambush journalism." Do you remember that David Gergen, where Alex Jones had him on mic? Yeah, so, well, it is what it is. Same as the Book of Judges. Not sure what that's all about, but alrighty, folks. Does anybody have anything else to contribute as far as the flow of conversation or talking points is concerned? Go ahead.
I've got something.
Yeah.
Well, I just discovered that it was the Sha-na-na show in itself. So.
Oh, there was a Sha-na-na show.
Apparently.
Well, how about that? And how long did it run for?
From 70 something to 81, I believe.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, are those guys still alive?
I have no idea. I put a link in the YouTube and stuff.
They looked like they came out there Woodstock and looked pretty proggy. What was some of their biggest hits or tunes that they had? They had like old.
I don't know.
They had old school kind
of. How they're? I don't know.
Yeah, old 50s kind of rock and roll. Really old.
Greasers.
Exact. Yeah, Greaser.
Greasers.
Greasers. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, has everyone had a chance to look through the talking points? By the way, I got to cut away here and head off to the kitchen for just a few moments. So take over if you would, and we'll see where the rest of the what we have remaining here. Maybe not
we'll
quite.
We'll probably be talking about gay dogs by the time you get back.
Why is that? Why do you?
Because Roger's here.
Gay dogs. Does Roger talk a lot about gay dogs?
That or frogs. And we can go Alex Jones and talk about the frogs.
Yeah, there's,
You don't think that Alex was onto something? I think most of the things that Alex had to say back in the day have come to fruition. He was not wrong. Maybe Sandy Hook was a bridge too far, but did he really persist with that in any big way?
That was such a show. That was like, really, seriously, come on.
I did research on that. It was nothing more than Hollywood. and how they got away with using that against Alex Jones and managing to keep that lid on, I have no clue, because they all had to expose themselves in order to do it.
Billions.
Yeah.
Billions of dollars, though, I guess, was what he was sued. Is that right?
Yeah. That's a
Now,
lot.
is he ever going to? Is he? What's the latest? For a while now that he's been talking about InfoWars being shut down. Is it going to happen? What's the
Yeah,
latest?
I don't follow Alex so much, so I'm not sure.
You're not into
But
the Alex
I do
cult,
know.
huh?
No, not so much. I have watched a lot of documentaries on the SH ordeal.
What's the?
And
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Trying to.
So yeah, you heard?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seemed like it was kind of not
Dodgy?
really, yeah, a little dodgy. Dodgy. For
Things
sure.
were not really what they appeared. The optics.
Not so much. Not so much. Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it at that, because I don't want to run the risk of.
Right.
Gotcha. We're already hated enough as it is by boob tube. So
you're already on the list.
Totally. We kind of take as a badge of honor. We really do. Discord, both of our accounts shut down. Badge of honor. X, we're back on X. We were. They had us off there for the better part of a year. We're back on, and
that's cool.
we need to do more work over there. But we just post our show links whenever we go live, and that's about the extent of it. And the rest is up to you folks. It really is. You've got to engage us over there. See. Just drop by, give us a like, leave a comment, share if you're able to, and I don't know what more to say, really. Just help us.
Yeah, since you're back on there, I'll go back over there more. Sure.
Good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna head off to the kitchen here. Sonia, do you want to jump into the co-host seat there for a few minutes?
Thing.
Well,
so is Roger even around? Hello, calling Roger. Roger that. I guess not. So, I guess, Alan, so what's going on, man?
Well, I understand you have a store and you have a bunch of things for sale. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, it's just T-shirts, anything you can order from a print on demand kind of thing. So
I have a T-shirt for you, and I'm sorry, but I can imagine when everyone buys the T-shirt and goes to school, what a commotion it would create.
Oh, yeah?
And just by that, everyone would buy it. Would you like to hear the idea?
Absolutely, I would. Sure, you bet.
Okay. Now imagine the Hallmark little cute white mouse.
Okay.
Okay, and it's on the front, and across the mouse in beautiful Gothic letters, or script letters, okay, the real fancy ones, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it says "Got drama?" ?
Okay.
And then on the back of it, it says "Talk to the tail," with an actual tail from a stuffed animal put on the T-shirt.
Yeah, that's kind of
cute.
Now
the girls, you can imagine all the girls running around with that, and all the guys getting in trouble for pulling the tail. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would definitely be kind of a special order situation with an actual tail, for sure.
But the thing of it is, you can see how much of a commotion that would make. But nonetheless, it's also a good message. I like the message.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? That's the whole
I gave you that for free. That's a real one. I've got a couple others. I have one that I do. I have one that I do that's I'm from Colorado.
Okay.
Okay. And when you go out hunting, you got to accept whatever it is that you got to eat.
Okay.
So I came up with a welcome to Colorado. It has like a snaggletooth mountain lion on the front of it. And it says, but everyone's welcome for lunch. Some are friends, some are lunch.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of scary.
How's that for a state T-shirt?
Yeah, that's a definite statement.
Some are friends, some are lunch.
Yeah. Wow, right on.
Well, you're welcome to use those designs. I can bang them up real quick if you got a place for drop shipping and stuff that they make them on demand. I'll be
They do.
happy in order to donate to the cause.
Oh, well, I mean, that's okay. What I do is I take and put like I have Jaffe has his t-shirts there. I'm sure you've probably seen that. So that's what I kind of do is I take other podcasters their t-shirts and help them design them or whatever, if they already have a design.
Well, hey, there's mine. I have some others that are just as good oxymorons and things like that. Things of
Okay.
wisdom.
Sure.
You know, do not try to have
page.
lunch with a mountain lion, and
Right.
in Colorado is a word of wisdom.
Right, for sure. Yeah. You could have a page on the website and all your designs would be there, just like on Jaffe's little mini store, I guess you could call it. And then just send people over there when you want to sell your t-shirts. Or
Right, that's not a problem.
And then I
Yeah.
split the profit with you. That goes for pretty much anybody. I mean, I'm not going to put like any like.
Well, if I
BLM
send you
type
the
stuff up
artwork,
there.
if I send you the artwork, you can basically process that and handle
yeah.
the statistics. Okay.
Yep.
Because I just
absolutely.
don't have time for the logistics.
Yeah. I could put that together and throw it up there. No problem. I got a big kind of lineup right now of stuff I'm doing, plus helping Chris with his cover of his book. So there's that. And then I've taken on a few more folks in the guest spot stores, I guess, or pages is what I've been calling them. So I've been working through that. And then, and all of it's for free, So, and then I'm working on Jaffe's website, which is also a donation type of thing. So, and then there's a couple like DK's. I'm going to get on his website here pretty soon. We're going to set that up.
Here's a question. I've looked
Sure.
for it. I don't know if you've bumped into it, but have you found any place that'll print on the inside of a coffee cup?
No, I haven't, but I'm sure I probably could find some place that does that. I don't see why not.
The reason being is because the name of my show in the morning is Mouse in Your Coffee Morning Show.
Oh, okay.
If that doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will.
Right, for sure. I know they have some of them that when the cup is heated, it shows something different than when the cup is cold. So those are kind of neat. They kind of can reveal things as the temperature changes.
Naked chicks. Got to have those naked chicks.
It's like those pens. My grandpa used to have these pens from back in the day. Remember those where they had like the
Yep.
Yeah, I remember those. You turn them upside down, and sure enough, it was a show itself.
There you go.
So I'm going to bring up Galactic Fire. Galactic Fire, the T-shirts and coffee mugs here. People can take a look at. Add the link to the peanut gallery at the end of the stream as well. Take a peek at our treasure chest. WPRPN. That's like to take a peek at her treasure chest. All right. So another one.
Right.
We got the booty. How about that? We got the booty. Steady as she goes.
I like that one.
Yeah,
we got the booty.
Yeah, we got the. Yeah. We got the booty. But how's steady as she goes? Is that?
Yeah, that one's coming next.
It's coming.
What
slashing.
does that mean?
Yeah.
What's that, Roger?
What does that mean?
We got the booty.
We got the booty. Yeah, I don't understand that.
Really?
Because.
Oh my God.
Because steady as we go.
You really are 8 years old. He's like.
You know what it means, Roger.
Come on, give me a break.
Come on.
Slashing through the BS and like thieves in the night. Robert Morningstar was a little put off by that. He didn't like that. But do you know why?
Because it's like a thief in the night. A thief?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Why?
Well, let these other folks guess. Like thieves in the night. Why would some people? Oh, you can't say that. Nobody? No.
Say it again.
Like thieves in the night.
Robert Morningstar was not happy with that.
Yeah, he
Can
was
you
a little.
guess
He's like,
why?
oh, I don't like that. That's
Well, he's more of a historian too, and he takes it kind of literally, and that's about the lowest you can get in the thieves world, you know.
like, what do you mean? Historian?
It's older English.
As a
No, it used to
historian?
be the worst. A thief in the night is the worst type of thief there is. You know, to wake you up in the middle of the night, things like that. It's the lowest. Is considered the lowest, and
Lowest
he
is
is
low.
street wise on that.
Do you want to look it up?
But yeah, it's older English.
Yeah, you're
It's,
making
I mean,
some good theories, but that's not.
if someone said you're a thief in the night back in the 70s, you could have a fist fight.
That's not what bothered him. And they could still have a fist fight, but it's for other reasons. Do you want to look it up, or you just want me to lay it out there for you?
Oh no, I'm
Read
just
it again
cruising.
for me.
Well, it says.
Read it
Oh,
again.
hold it. Do I not have the screen share on?
I'm in.
Oh, I
trying to
do. I
see
do
it,
have the
but
screen share on. There should be. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should see it. So we got. Take a peek at our treasure
thieves
chest. Slashing. We got the booty.
Yeah.
Slashing through the BS, steady as she goes, and like thieves in the night. You don't know the expression "like a thief in the night"?
Yeah, I know that one.
Well, where does it come from?
Comes from freaking Thieves Guild off of freaking Elder Scrolls.
You're freaking kidding.
Yeah. I'm a part of the Thieves Guild, man.
Well, I'm freaking amazed. So,
Ain't nothing cooler than being a thief, man, and the Thieves Guild.
freaking
You
A.
got connections.
Right.
That's
Networking.
that's true.
That is a run old Nintendo game.
Yeah,
Thieves
You're
Guild?
mentioning with the
Well,
guilds and stuff like that. The
all right.
first one that came out like that was a wild game, man.
If someone can find the historical context, just type it into their DuckDuckGo or whatever, like a thief in the night, like thieves in the night. You can do that too. I think it's kind of catchy. Then you'll win a prize this week. We'll send you some sort of free merch that we can muster here, that we typically only allow or grant access to our Patreon supporters. And by the way, speaking of Patreon, you can join freely when, right off the top, you can join for free, or you can sign up on a per item basis. None of this monthly stuff. So it's only per item. And if there's anything such as the talking points, the news items of the day, perhaps, or the show notes, and along with the memes, the dankest weekly memes that we managed to put together, to gather up and assemble, all into our multimedia package. It's for $1, 50 cents of which half goes directly back to the grassroots. So, think about that, folks. There's more as well, too, where you can request a Rogues Gallery after show, access some hot behind-the-scenes bootleg premium item, or even more, real one-on-one time with yours truly, or music that I can, happily share with you as well. Indie demos I've recorded over the years. So all for a good cause. It helps to keep us up and running. We really do depend on your support. So, Son, you've got your hand raised there again. What's on your mind?
Was it because it was a Bible related thing?
Oh,
Robert
whoa,
Morningstar?
there we go. Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. Yeah, Robert, he's gets quite sensitive when it comes to certain religious sort of, I don't know if you say theological matters or what have you, but yes, that's right. And
Well, it also talks about the return of Jesus is likened to the coming of a thief in the night.
mhm.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing, is it?
Well,
Death-
yeah. I mean,
death-
who is it going?
Death is
Who's it
also
going to?
a thief
Who's it
in
going
the
to
night,
offend?
too.
Somebody.
Right.
Look, who's a thief in the night?
Death. It says, "Don't fear death, because death is going to come to you like a fear in the night."
It says in the New Testament, don't fear death.
I believe it's in the Old Testament. It could be in the New Testament. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really fascinated by the distinction between old and new. Definitely, that's really intriguing.
Well, the New Testament was written by Jesus, and the Old Testament was written by evil
Yes.
Jews.
It was not,
Does
Roger. The New
agreed.
Testament was not written by
Right, by Jesus.
Christ. It was not. No, not
Well,
quite.
it's more so about him than the first one is
Right.
like
Yeah.
insane
Yeah.
folks.
Here's one.
It's
Here's
from
one.
Colossians. Sorry.
Well,
Oh, I'm
here's.
sorry.
Well, no, you're kind of on the right track. You got the right. You're not totally off mistaken, but yeah, it's like he came along for a reason, just like Buddha the reformer, right? Had to reform this old school these traditions that were no longer really that practical, feasible, or helping people in a big way. And that's largely what it should be all about, is helping people, helping to reduce our suffering. That's what Buddhism suffers on. That's what, didn't Christ talk about that to some extent? I think he was all about that he would not disagree, peace and love, although he came with a sword, is what some will say, and that's fine. Was he killing people? I don't think so. I don't buy that.
Later.
This is a sword.
It's a sword of the mind.
Well, there you go. But a lot of people don't realize that it's a sword where you sort of wisdom, really, and that's what you find in the Buddhist tradition with the Manjushri, Jijang Bosal here in Korea, and you're cutting through these mental fetters and obscurations.
That's also the swords in the tarot is the same concept. It's the mental element, the air element.
Good stuff. Yeah. Hey, by the way, which kind of reminds me, smoking weed. Apparently, I heard a long time ago, and I think there might be something to this, that smoking weed, it makes you more a target. It helps to lower your psychic shields, essentially, and makes.
Anything that
I have something to add for that.
Let Sonia finish.
First, please. Anything that you ingest probably would, of course, alter your state. However, I've always heard that marijuana helped you with the mind control frequencies they got going on. However, they've altered that formula so much, and
hippie propaganda.
It's very available here in Arizona. It's completely legal now.
Is it natural?
So, no, the way they've altered it, I'm certain it's not.
Yeah, and who is they exactly?
Exactly. There you go. Growers, I guess.
Didn't work that time.
Recipe and formula.
I've always heard it helped with that sort of thing to block it.
Oh, well, even Tommy Chong, back in a number of years ago, at least 10 years ago now, maybe more, he said that, as much of a dope smoker as he is, that the stuff that it's so THC concentrated and powerful, you got to watch it. He said, you got to be careful. You can't smoke as much. It's just not good for you. And this is coming from Tommy Chong.
Right, exactly.
I'll tell you, even back in the day when I was in Canada, I would take one hit and then three hits at the most off a spliff, and I'd be toasted for most of the day. Of the day. Exactly. And people look at me, it's people tell me, it's like, you're such a lightweight. Yeah, it's like you're such a lightweight. No, it's like this is dude, messing me up, man.
What were you gonna say, Alan?
Alan, go ahead.
Well, there's a lot that I can bring to light on the use of weed, because I use it for two reasons. One, it's a good muscle relaxer, and it's not so much as a painkiller, but being a muscle relaxer, my back doesn't tense up and I don't have pain from it.
Yeah.
Two,
good stuff.
I am chronic. I do smoke about every day. I smoke a couple of joints a day, particularly before I go to bed, and I'll tell you why. When I go to bed, I'm one of those people that actually, and I'm only becoming fully convinced of it. Okay. It's only recently that I realized that that's what I've been doing. I'll go to sleep and sleep all night and wake up in the morning like I've just done, 10 laps around the pool or something. I mean, I'm completely exhausted from whatever I was doing in my dream. And,
You ever get
after
the feeling
talking
it's like
somewhat-
you just got hit by a Mack truck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
the way it's like, holy shit, man. Oh, geez.
I
That's
mean,
why I
what I'm
quit
saying though
smoking.
is when I went,
Yeah.
I after talking to
No,
Robert a
this
little
is
bit,
just sleeping naturally.
he's saying that what I'm doing is doing out of body travel.
Could
I'm
be.
doing remote viewing,
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell you when I smoke weed, I do not have that problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dream suppressor,
That's right.
and it's a suppressor of your wandering in that dream, because you need to come to a dream state before you can do out of body. So I'm strongly thinking that is a suppression of psychic ability as well.
Mm-hmm.
Called theta waves.
Yeah.
You're lacking theta waves, and it comes in the beginning phases of your sleep. Okay, before you go into REM, you have to have a period of time to where your mind can cleanse itself.
Theta, yeah.
Well, there's a
theta's very
person that
therapeutic.
knows the mechanics. I mean, you know the mechanics. I don't know how to describe it. I've never really discussed it with anybody. And yeah, it's something that I think that I'm afflicted with more than it's any benefit, because I have no idea whether I'm actually, viewing what I'm viewing or just imagining it.
Lucid
I
dreaming.
might be lucid, but that's all.
Yeah. We've only got a
That's
few
the
more
tr-
minutes here, folks. So I'm not sure if you want to continue down along this tact or this avenue of conversation, or just, in taking a look. We covered the Bilderberg business, of course, weed, health and wellness. That's really critical stuff. Everyone's got to look into this nitazines. We'll bring on a screen share here one more time so people can see what we're talking about. Nitazines. I'm not sure. It sounds like Vinny might not be with us here anymore, but nicotine as well. He's just pure nicotine, not tobacco, not the crap that they poison with chemicals and additives, and then market as cigarette tobacco products. But just pure natural nicotine is really, and small judicious
Yeah,
doses. I
There's
think
nicotine
ingest.
in tomatoes and eggplants and all
Uh-huh.
of the nightshades.
Well, don't let Bill Gates
Um,
hear about this.
I don't know if I'm
you
going to be on for the third hour, so I need to wake up at
Oh,
5:30 in
I
the
don't know
morning
if we're
still. So.
we're not doing a third hour. I don't think so.
Okay.
We're gonna the call, like, that's the thing. Next time, remember, let me just call you back. Okay, that's a thing to remember. Let me call you back, or it messes everything up. We don't want you calling everybody else back, and just let me take care of it. So, because this hour thing is just it's really quite
Not so.
screwed up. Not so, exactly. Nitazines. So you heard it here first, folks. This is your value-added content for the week, and if you haven't picked up on anything yet, to this point, the synthetic opioid you've never heard of, killing Brits, probably going to be killing more people around the world. Westerners, and fentanyl too. Let's not forget, this is China's revenge. This is their way of payback, karmic payback for the opium wars. Although, really, if you think about it, everyone's cashing in. They're all, what do you say, claiming their pound of flesh, the big shots. Because you wouldn't think that they'd be able to get away, the Chinese mafia and the cartels, and unless they were working together hand in glove with Western-based criminal elements. So, and this business of post-secondary education, and Trump going after the Harvard and oh my God, the Ivy League, and war on post-secondary. Well, you know what? They're missing what's really going on here. See, they only offer these limited hangouts. The truth of the matter, and this is similar to Operation Varsity Blues, I finally tracked down last week. Look it up if you want, folks. Our operation, if it interests you, Varsity Blues. And it was a big deal just a number of years ago. But just in 2019 alone, the FBI found nearly $1 billion worth of foreign graft and influence, illegal, under the table exchange taking place through the admissions department. China's CCP, the United Arab Emirate, and thirdly, I guess what we're looking at there, once we can get everybody muted out, is there we go. The Saudis. So you can bet Korea was on the list there somewhere along the way too, presumably. But why is the mainstream media not reporting on this? And what's happening is playing the gatekeeping role once again. Unfortunately, that's just the way they operate, man. And similar as to not why they haven't reported on Israel's nuclear program for over 60 years. Because with that one, all roads lead to Kennedy. I guarantee you. I do guarantee you. And if I'm wrong, well then, prove that I'm wrong. But it's all coming to light now in a big way via the digital underground. Of course, Elon's never taken drugs. That's what his father says. So, yeah, ketamine Musk. Dusting trend, keyboard cleaner, another way of getting high. But guess what, folks? It stops your heart in minutes. So if you want to kill yourself, dusting, dust yourself off. Not that we're advising, of course. We say that in jest. Summer of Love 2025. Now, here's what I'm interested in. Where do you think this is going, folks, along with the weather warfare business occurring on a major, massive scale, full spectrum dominance once again.
Orgies.
So Summer of Love 2025, do you think we're going to see more? Like, what's the latest out of Los Angeles? Anything via any other cities that you're hearing of?
Just fat cops sitting around waiting for something to do. That's all you see on the live streams.
Oh, yeah?
All that stuff on the news is just blown up bullshit.
It's all, do you know astroturfed? Do you know something that means to be astroturfed? Where the money's follow the money?
Well, I said that during the elections too. Whenever they had all those protesters out there about what was going on in the Middle East, they were busing them in all over the freaking country to the Democratic National Convention, and they're doing the same thing here. They're just busing them in.
Mm-hmm.
Like late at night, every single time I go on their live streams, late at night, not late at night, like 8 p.m. California time, nobody's out on the streets doing any kind of protesting. They go home so that they can take care of their business, and then they come back and do it the next day. And then they're saying it's riots and shit. There's nothing going on there.
In Illinois?
No, in California.
Oh, I see.
I mean, late at night, you go on their live streams, they're on YouTube all the time, and there's nothing going on. I've seen a plastic bag fly by the camera like 5 or 6 times.
Plastic
cops
bag.
Standing by. Yeah.
Eating sandwiches.
Eating sandwiches and waiting for something to do. Like, that's it.
Okay. All right.
It's supposed to be so horrible in California right now, in LA. But when you go and you look at the live stream, there's nothing going on.
Mm-hmm. Virginia Free update coming. Okay. Dead women switch. Interesting. The client list. Interesting. Huh. How about that? Well, and I'll tell you what. Again, look up this whole hashtag of compromat. K-O-M. Oh, geez, I'll have to track it down. K-O-M, like compromise with a K. So compromat. And it basically, we shared the link earlier. Robert Morningstar put, these great quality, this article together via his Substack is where we copied it from. So, high level, elitist. They're doing the worst. They're hurting little kids, basically doing the worst things possible in these. And it's long been known there's these Freemasonic lodges and meetings that are taking place under the Knesset and various other occulted locations, subterranean in nature. And from there, it then expands into other more just horrific type, scenarios. So people, KOM Pramat, and the AI answered this. There's only very little on Facebook right now, interestingly. In fact, there's only us and some other, what looks like two probably Mossad agents yucking it up over something completely unrelated. So, let's see. I think that's spelled right. KOMPRAMAT, Compromat. You can find us all via the Morningstar story. This is Russian, means compromising material. It's a Russian term. So let's just type in, you do Israel, I suppose. But guess what? Apparently Iran hacked in. They hacked into their database. Oh, look at that. List of 25th Knesset. That's what it goes to. We type in Compromat Israel list. Knesset. So anyways, check out the link that we shared earlier. We could actually do hacked. Israel, Iran hack. It's pretty damning. It's like the Epstein list on steroids is what it would seem. So, and that's maybe what, even though they had all their resources in place, and whether this initially started to get off the ground during the whole scamdemic period or not, I have no idea. But done in response to the hack, perhaps. So, how Mossad covertly prepared Israel's attack from deep inside Iran. Compromat, Iran, hack, Israel list. Yeah, they're not really offering too much here, but you go, who leaked Israel's attack plans against Iran's nuke program? What? It came as a huge surprise, didn't it? So, alleged Iran, let's bring this up on screen share. This is kind of a lame search result, but alleged Iran-linked hackers leak data of Israel nuclear scientist. Personal data. What are they, doxing them or something? So, anyways. Well, thousands of Israeli gun owners exposed in Iranian hack, and that's in March of this year. So that's quite interesting. Then, of course, you have to ask yourself, was it really an Iranian hack? Could it have been some other outfit, trying to pass itself off as Iranian, like a false flags or a deal, or what have you? But is this it? Okay, yeah. Anyways, we don't have much time left here. Brad Olson is coming up, though, and I think, it's already ended. Are you kidding me? Well, we're calling him back up. We are calling them back up, because that's not the way we really want to do things. Juste comme ça. Yes, and with the slideshow, basically just for those of you who are wondering why it's such the hodgepodge approach, way of going about doing things, it's basically anything and everything that we come across during the course of the week that we add to the slideshow, and we're not too discretion. There's not too much discretion on our part. Who do we got there? Which I didn't realize it ended so quickly. That was via Alan. His end.
Yeah, I've got a little music going on here too. I was setting up story time. I was planning on going to bed.
Well, we're going. We don't want to. We just didn't want to end that way. We were just talking about reminding people we got Brad Olson coming up this Friday. Let you head off into dreamland. HomeNetwork.tv. Anything more that you'd like to offer or share with us? And thank you once again for helping to provide your support. Syndication and simulcasting.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've got 24 hours and 5 channels to fill, and you do a good job in filling one of those channels. Believe it or not, I've got such a diverse uh, uh, topics and things in order to cover. A lot of them are timestamps, but they're also historical documents because it's what's currently going on. So it's great.
Have you got Roger on board yet?
Roger Hansen, I don't think I have his show, no, but it's something that I can add. And I'm also creating a program to where you guys, the only thing I need is a playlist, and I can draw from that playlist, and I don't have to do any more downloading. So that's what's been killing me. If I add somebody, I'm looking at 20 gig or more of downloads, even if it's audio, you know, so it gets a little bit crazy.
Yeah, like we can easily, if you just ask us for a playlist, you know, I mean, you could probably just go over to our BitChute and do it yourself. Just copy it, and there you go, and whatever you want. So.
Actually, it'll play directly from BitChute. I don't have to download. And here's the other thing. Let's say you come on at 1 o'clock every day, right? Well, I don't want to hear the video that I heard yesterday. So at 1 o'clock, it'll automatically go to the next playlist and play the first, and then it'll play the first and play the first. And when it runs out of playlist, it'll go back and play the second video in that playlist. So it is a progression all the way through the playlist that way. What do you think?
Whatever works, man. You're the producer.
Well, there ain't nobody else out there that has that software. So I might have a winner there when I get it done.
Mm-hmm. Better a winner than a wiener.
Well, I've already figured out the marketing. I'm going to charge $1. That's it.
Okay.
And it's not going to be a donation. It's just going to be $1. And then I have 2 upgrades that you can go for it, which will be actual closer to normal price, you know, like $20 or $30 in order to do a download for it and run it. And I have 2 newer versions for that. So each one of them is a progression, you know, based on the same framework. I'm trying to get version 0.9 out right now. So I've got most of it working though.
All right. Excellent. Well, good to hear.
I'll offer it to you as soon. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'll offer it to you as soon as I come out. You can be one of my beta testers.
Ah, sounds good. Excellent.
Okay.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, you can test me out for real.
Okay. So,
okay.
HomeNetwork.tv. Happy sailing, Tank Man.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good night.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, so Jeffy,
Yes.
I guess you didn't call me back so I could find that Virginia Giuffre piece, huh? That was
well,
weird.
no, we called you back. We couldn't help it. It's because we lost our last stream, like the Teams connection that we got cut off again. So we're here to wrap things up, basically. But go ahead. What do you got?
All right, so I just found that, you know, I was going to do a quick X scroll, right, and then all of a sudden I see this little piece. Now I haven't even watched it yet, right? Because I was too busy just downloading it and putting it up on the channels, right? But now a lot of people are saying that this is an AI piece, whatever it may be. That's you know, whatever it could be.
Okay.
But what I did was I attached an old piece of Virginia Giuffre with that. So now not only can you compare this actual real piece, there's a real piece that people remember from her interviews.
Yeah, and Alan Dershowitz is, you know, seems to figure prominently. Obviously.
Well, he kept his underwear on, he says, right?
Yeah. He doesn't even really like massages.
Oh no.
I mean, who does? So.
The hell, man! Seriously.
And Prince Andrew doesn't sweat.
Right.
So,
it's just pathetic.
Really odd.
These freaks.
He makes weird. He has odd rebuttals, but he doesn't sweat. Yeah. So, all right, Brad Olson coming up. And where can we find that link then? You're gonna have it over in your Cans channel over on BitChute.
Yeah, it's up on all the channels now. So I put the Rumble link inside D Live and the BitChute link here.
Is it on your Minds? GM no?
It'll be there shortly.
Genetically modified? No.
That's right. Do not eat it. Don't eat the Franken food.
Yeah, caveat emptor, as always, buyer beware. So many things in this world. Roger, you had something you like to add there? We're just kind of round the horn,
Yeah.
winding it down and calling it a
Just
day.
just to close things up, there's something that I wanted to add when it came to Sonia's shop. I would be willing to do something on there, but you'd have to come up with something where people could do things like sell or trade cards or something like that. That's the only thing I'm really interested in, is like being able to come onto a platform and be able to trade cards and coins and stuff like that. But other than that,
Well,
I don't.
actually, Roger, on Jaffe's website that I'm working on, there's a trading section. So
Yeah.
that would definitely be something that could go on there.
You can launch your OnlyFans, Roger.
They won't let me on there yet. I have to
Not
shave.
yet.
Well, you got to go on
I-
camera, Roger, so
well,
that's a bit of a stumbling block
have-
for you, I guess, isn't it?
Well, that would be the good part because I'm a good looking man. It's just I have to shave because their facial recognition won't pick up my face with a beard.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Oh my.
So,
And then with you, I want everybody to know that I'm going to do my best to restream, and if anybody wants to catch Jaffe's show on Kick Premium, not Kick Premium, but Rumble Premium, Kick, and D Live as well as X, they can find it there. And I'm gonna try to put all your descriptions in with my show so that it matches up. So
that's awesome. You're rocking it, man. You and I'm not sure who's doing a better job. You or Sonya, you're both doing just amazing work, obviously. So now you're saying restream, so you're going to pick up like a recent show that we've done and then get it out there.
I'm
No,
doing it live.
Oh, you're talking about in real live time. I see. Okay.
Right.
Well, why not? What of having? Maybe it's too complicated. I don't know. But having shows such as ours, if you like what we're doing here, obviously, have it follow, like, lead into one of your live streams, or after you wrap up, then just queue up something we've already archived. That sort of
Well, I
deal.
mean, I like doing Thursdays, or no, you do Fridays, right?
Yeah, Saturday noon here
Yeah.
in
I
Korea,
like doing
Tokyo.
I like doing Friday shows with Untethered, and then after Untethered, I could come in after that. But usually, by the time I get everybody done with Untethered, I've beaten them up thoroughly, and they can't cope with the awesome freaking power of the great infamous OG 1973.
There you go, folks. Yeah, step aside, clear the way.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? I want to send another message out to that other person that claimed to be infamous OG 1973. That, or infamous OG. I'm gonna tell you, little girl. Yeah, you might be 11 years old, but I was there first.
oh my.
I was there first. And I
Oh
don't
my
care. I don't care if you're 11 or you're 35. I'm gonna send it to you direct and tell you like it is, yo.
You've been maintaining
Yo.
a romantic relationship with an 11-year-old for how long, Roger?
It's not romantic.
No, it's his rival. It's his nemesis.
She's
That's
trying
hilarious.
To
This
be
little.
me, dude.
Do you know? Is it really an 11-year-old that's got?
Yeah,
She's
freaking
under your skin?
literally stole my freaking gamer name.
You know it's an 11-year-old.
Right. And I told her straight up. I was like, "You better watch it, girl. You better watch it, because I'm gonna call you out."
I think she likes you.
Exactly.
She's looking for a father figure or something.
No,
like that.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of my comic book plot to save Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
What it starts with is Hawkeye, Clint Barton, right? He wakes up one day and realizes, wait a minute, there's something wrong that a 14-year-old girl can shoot as well as I do.
Yeah.
Make her 12. Make her 12, and I'll buy it.
Well, she's already 14, so I can't do anything about that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And what got me in trouble was the fact that I was a better Minecrafter than she was. And this was back when I was playing Minecraft with my nephews.
Yeah.
So she decides that, oh, Infamous OG is an awesome name. And so now, on top of her being a gamer, she's a freaking Minecrafter, and they're the worst.
You
Like,
said you
don't
want to get
ever-
on top of her as a gamer? I thought there's no
No.
romantic
Oh my
relationship.
gosh.
That's
Oh,
disgusting, Roger.
my.
She's 11.
Wow.
Did you hear what he just said? He wants to get on top of her as a gamer.
I don't recall saying that.
No, I
Maybe
witnessed he did
it
not
just came
say
out the
that.
wrong way.
It's that that
Pick it up
didn't
in the
even
rear,
sound
Rod.
good. That didn't even sound. None of that sounded good.
No, it did not.
I thought he was hilarious. So,
Not
anyways.
really.
Oh, come on.
Shocking. It was a little shocking.
Don't hold me responsible if he ends up stalking her now or something, and doing something.
No,
Roger's
she
not-
stalks me, dude. She
Yeah,
stalks
Roger's
me.
not a stalker.
It's-
I think what it,
She-
that she gets under your skin. How do you know you're not being totally catfished? It could be some like who's that that pedophile troller guy? He sets Ken Hansen. What's his first name?
Chris
that's-
Hansen.
it's not-
Chris Hansen.
Captain Predator.
That's it's not Roger Hansen, or he'd be on the show.
No, Chris Hansen.
Maybe Chris catches his younger nephew, Roger, and
Oh, boy.
puts him away. It's sort of stalking the 11-year-old. You're gonna meet up. No, I just came to meet up to put her in her place, man. Yeah, well, look at these texts. Look what it says here. These nasty texts. How do you explain that? Book 'em, Dano. So yeah.
I get a kick about that show in the first place because it's like, shitloads of that had to have been like actors and stage.
You're
because, like,
kidding. You're not
Yeah.
serious,
Well,
are you? Come on.
scripted.
No
yeah,
way.
Like,
Hey,
yeah,
Roger, the
No
first one was a
way.
rabbi. Roger.
yeah.
It's not
And they let him
scripted.
go.
It's not
The only
Okay,
one
have
he
you-
ever let go was a rabbi.
It can't.
Have
that's-
you have you ever actually watched the show? Like, it's just too
Yeah, like the
formatted.
old. It's all over.
He-
It's all over YouTube.
He sits down with them, okay,
Yeah.
and actually has
Yeah.
a conversation before the cops come in.
Sure
They're-
he does.
they're
And
there.
disarm him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're and then
Cops
they're
don't-
there.
Cops don't do stuff like that, dude. You know what I mean? They if
That's-
if
no.
it's time to bust, it's in the door. They get
Oh
'em.
yeah, it's the way that they're. I'm surprised though. It's interesting that someone hasn't actually maybe taken a weapon in with them. And
Yeah.
that sort of deal, and something's like
Exactly.
popped off, right? So that he's been
That's
really
actually
lucky. He's been really lucky.
Well, I don't think it's luck.
Yes,
I
he
think
is.
a lot of
Taken
it is
hostage.
scripted.
All right, Hanson. You're
Yeah.
I'm not. You're not getting out of here alive. You sit. I want a plane to Cuba and
Jeez.
a hostage situation. Easily, yeah.
Kitchen, you know what I mean? They're in a kitchen. Get a freaking knife out of the freaking knife
Wow.
counter.
No, just
you
bring
know
in
what
a
I'm saying?
concealed weapon. If it's total psycho, you bring in a concealed
Meat
weapon.
cleaver. Meat
Well,
cleaver
well,
sitting
actually-
up on the counter.
Actually, Jeffy, one guy did have weapons ready to go. He just didn't bring them in.
Right. They found some in his trunk, right?
Yes, he did.
He had
Oh,
duct
yeah.
tape
He was-
too.
he
He
was
had
loaded
duct
to the-
tape too, didn't
Oh,
he?
dude, hold up.
Like nasty. It was like, whoa.
They claimed that J6ers had guns and found out they were all in their freaking trunks too. So that right there.
In the FBI's trunks?
no,
Well,
in their
the
trunks.
J6 thing was a Fedsurrection, so that's it's not even
Right.
even comparable.
It was who? It was what?
A
They-
Fedsurrection.
Yeah.
A
Well, they
fake
tried to.
surrection?
A Fedsurrection.
Oh,
FED.
right. Totally. Yeah. Like, who was that? And then the one really high profile. They let off the high profile guy that was agent provocateur. That's a standard technique, right? And he's there trying to stir them up, and then he ends up getting hauled up on the carpet later, and then he's let off, and you never hear from him again. He didn't do, I think, a single day in jail.
You're talking about Ray Epps, right?
Ray Epps. Yeah.
Yep.
Ray Epps. What the like you talk see, there's a legal system, then there's justice. And what I find is all too often there's very little justice, or at least not enough justice. My humble opinion. Not enough justice to any legal system. I know it's a broad general statement, but that's my take on things, and that's what I'm I'm sticking to until I see something different. There's all too little justice to any legal system. There's excessive lawfare. It's predatory in nature, and it's geared toward further emboldening and enriching the powerful, really. The people who already, that don't they have enough? And so where the weak and the powerless are targeted, and it's a huge problem, man. So yeah, we got to be careful with the way we navigate this world. What does the Bible talk about, Vinny? Like this world is not my home. Didn't Christ say that? Something like that.
Oh, that was a
And
country
we are
song.
not of this world. No, we are on this
Yeah.
world, but we are not of this world.
We are not. Yeah, I mean
Not
that's very Buddhistic too. Like he said so many things that's like that's Buddhistic. That's Buddhist. So many things like straight out of Mahayana Buddhism, but it's muddied too. They try to muddy the water so you can't see that pure gold clearly.
It's like a universal truth kind of thing.
It's called the perennial philosophy, really. The perennial philosophy.
It goes back to ancient alchemy.
Well, how so?
Yeah, baby.
I don't get that. How so?
Ancient alchemists.
Turning lead into gold.
No, that's modern alchemy.
Yeah.
Ancient
That's what they do to
alchemy.
us now.
Philosopher's Stone.
No, this is before that.
Urine.
Like when it
Pee-pee.
talks in the Bible of
Dr.
Jesus turning water into wine,
Yeah.
that's actually an alchemist belief.
I guess it would be. It kind of sounds.
Whenever they talk about Moses going up on the mountain to get the commandments and the burning bush, that's alchemy too. There's a whole
sounds
lot
like
of,
more to me. Sounds like a really bad STD. Not sure how. What you guys? You should. Did he get the proper treatment?
like, have you ever heard?
You got a
have you ever
burning
heard
bush. I mean, what do you do? What did you last do with that? The last burning bush you had, Sonia. How did you go about treating that?
I was probably sitz baths. It was after delivering a child.
She says all of this. She responds with a completely straight face. That went totally over your head.
I've been practicing.
Oh my God.
You'd have been proud of her the other night. She went on Censorship Sucks, right?
Yeah.
No, I had no idea. We're trying to get him on the show here.
I'd swear to you that John Galt's tongue probably swollen up because he freaking went silent and freaking started stuttering when she told him that she didn't believe in borders.
Sonia, you don't believe in borders?
Well, ultimately, no. But I did explain to him during the after show that I wasn't talking about these people around here that are trying to say no borders. Of course, we have to have borders now because of the crap we're in. But I mean, like, ideally, no. But I was coming from a more spiritual perspective, which I didn't really realize he was only not talking about that. He was talking only political.
Well,
yeah.
Then that there's a lesson for all of us, because a lot of times I know I'll say things that where people maybe get lost. I'll think I'm communicating, and this happens to all of us too, right? That we're expressing ourselves and we're getting through, and like, oh yeah, okay, like we're clearly transmitting, but really we're not for whatever reason.
She was really great on there too, though. Just to let you know, and then
send me the link. I want to check it out. Send me the link.
Yes,
that's not the end. That's not the end either. That's not the end. Okay. After that, he asked her how she felt about Medicare, and she goes, "Well, they won't freaking allow me to have my shaman on any insurance and stuff." And I'm like, "Are you serious, dude?"
What?
What
shaman?
Her shaman.
I agree with her.
Who's the shaman?
Right?
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
exactly.
What shaman?
Well, they
no. But
exactly.
Sonia's you're a shaman.
No,
they want you to pick from their medical doctors only.
Oh, I see.
And what if my medical doctor is a shaman?
Yeah.
And he doesn't take the insurance. You can't force me to have that insurance.
Because
you know?
it's all run, but it's all was founded by and have been run by and funded. The whole thing. It's the Rockefellers.
Boom.
The Rockefellers. Hello. Eugenics, American Medical Association, blah blah blah. Take your kill shots, blah blah blah.
Sorcery.
Keep it inside the lines. Inside the lines.
You'd have been proud of her. You wait until you hear her. You'd have been proud of her. It's like she did a really good job.
I did my best. It was.
Was she
really
funny?
Yeah, no, John Galt was funny, dude. He literally did not.
Sounds.
Well, that's censorship. That's
The
censorship.
cat got his tongue.
Yeah.
It sounds like he was tongue-tied.
No, we did great.
way.
It was great. It was very interesting. Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Send the link. I'm very curious. I want to hear it.
Yeah, he wasn't expecting. He doesn't know me very good yet. So.
Yeah.
Tell him, hey, and we still want to get him on the show, but it might not be till August.
Yeah, it's not going to be till August. I got him coming in August.
You got all.
sometime.
Now,
I'll
who
let you
else
know.
do you have booked here in the mean? We got Brad
We've
Olson
got
coming up this
Brad
Friday.
Olson,
8
and then
p.m.
after that, Tony Sayers. After that, and then we have on the 11th we have Jack Carey, and then on the 18th we have Corey Weber.
Now, who are these people? Brad Olson said he wants to talk all things
Holy,
esoterica. He wants to get. He's like, hey, let's talk that esoteric stuff.
Fantastic.
Whatever you like, man.
That'll be great.
You
Yeah,
know.
because I don't want to really talk about Antarctica so much, but you
Well,
know, whatever.
Yeah.
He better be.
So-
he better be very tasked, dude, because I'm gonna be listening.
Yeah.
Better
Brad's
know
he's a big shot. He's a force to be reckoned with for sure.
He better know who
He's very big,
Osanis is. Osanis is important. After that,
Osanis? What are you talking about?
Osanis. And then after Osanis, there's freaking the Sebeline books. And
Sibling.
the Sebeline.
I don't know what you're talking about at all, man.
excuse me.
You're losing me.
Tomato.
Then you have to talk about Magnimator.
Well, you gotta tell you what. You could type in the text, the comment section, and if you send in a super chat through PayPal, we'll be
There you go.
more than
There you
happy
go.
to
There you go. That's how you take care
to
of
lay it
that.
out there for Brad and even mention your name on air, Roger. We'll do that once for you there. How about that?
For free.
No, it comes with a small donation, actually.
Oh,
whatever you find within your means.
Just be grateful
PayPal.
I'm not
Lemons,
on camera.
maybe?
Just be grateful I'm not on camera.
Pirate One Radio at
Because dressing
Proton.
is an option.
Roger, what's
sorry.
our PayPal email address?
PayPal.
Yeah, what is ours? What's see, Roger, how many shows have you been on?
5 million.
Yeah, quite a few,
5
right?
million.
So what's our PayPal email address that I share with listeners every stream we do is like several times? How do you contact us?
Your PayPal account is Pirate Radio Podcast.
Waiting 5, 4.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you
I
don't.
don't know.
It's actually not. But hey, and here's what I often say: when we were made by whoever the maker is, God, aliens, or whoever, take your pick. We have people. We have how many eyes? We got 2, right? And we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So lots of watching, lots of listening, little of this. And with me, it's that applies to me as well, obviously, except for when I'm on the show. This show here, I reserve the right to be the big mouth. When I'm on somebody else's live stream, 2 ears, and really. So for me, but anyways, Pirate One Radio, because someone stole our original email address. Can you believe that? They stole WPRPN. They it's actually poached is the term. Jaffe Ryder poached. Captain Sinclair poached. They did that. Even on Twitter, you'll notice with our Twitter address, it's not WPRPN because we were poached. We were poached.
Well, they are pretty popular terms.
No, we were poached. Like Pirate Radio.
They're cyber sitting. They're cyber sitting at Jaffe. So when we hit it big, all of a sudden they'll come and put the addresses back.
Kind of the cyber sitting.
Cyber
Yeah.
sitting.
Yeah, well, screw them and the whole the horse they rode in on. So, Pirate
That's what I said.
Pirate One Radio and the ship they sailed in on. You know, Pirate One Radio at protonmail.com. Real easy to remember. So, and that's not only for PayPal but also for show suggestions or guest ideas. But yeah, let's have we got around to everybody? Can's project via BitChute and beyond with Vinny GM. No, you're just on fire on all over the place. Really, the work you've been doing, amazing skills that you're demonstrating, putting your videos together and getting that quality content out there. GM. No, courtesy minds. And
I
go,
just
Roger.
realized something.
Mhm.
I just realized something. Checking over your description on Rumble, I realized that you did not, or you have not posted your PayPal link on your description.
Okay. I'll take note of that, and thank you for reminding me. So there's no email
Okay.
address?
No, you don't
That's-
have it on there.
With
You've got
with
everything else, but you don't
well,
have your
okay.
PayPal.
Geez, that's a bit of an okay. We've had it in previous shows. Just sometimes we edit things and play around with the show description, so maybe it was mistakenly removed. But we should have it, and if it's not, I'll get it up there. And thanks for reminding us. So Roger Hansen, you can be found on Minds mostly is where we link.
No, don't stop using mines.
Well, but that's your main
Me and
email. That's your
mine,
main.
me and Minds Gaming are protesting right now.
So where's your main contact
You can-
URL?
You can find me on X at ROGLOL at gmail.com. No, RodLOL at RodLOL. It's Roger Hansen at RodLOL.
So this is your URL of your preferred main URL.
For
you
now,
don't have a main website or anything like that. You've got all these shows going out.
Teams and Element and Discord is the only things I go through. And
We want one, and we're not going to be promoting Discord. They can go screw themselves. So just give us okay, if you insist on not using mines, we'll go with the X. And I guess if you're that determined, so
if you want to get me on Elements, that's cool. But I don't really know how to do the. It's live with Roger Hansen on Elements. If you want to.
Don't people have to sign in? Do they have to sign in to access both X and Element.io?
Well,
sign in to access
yeah.
to see both.
Well,
yes.
Well, for X you do, but on or Elements you do, but on X I don't know. I have never tried to see it.
You can't even look at anything unless you sign in.
Yeah, what about Minds?
Yeah, mine's the same way.
Are you serious?
Matter of fact, if I make a post on Minds and I want to post it on, say, Facebook, at first they used to only show the Minds emblem before they changed that around recently in the last few years.
So one more time, let's come again.
Like, say I made a post on Minds and I wanted to share it on Facebook. Up until about maybe 2-3 years ago, all they would show on Facebook would be like the Minds emblem, and you'd have to click on it to go to Minds directly to see it.
Okay. So this will be interesting. I'm also looking for this Virginia Gaffrey and what this. I think we can find it over on Vinny's BitChute and what he was referring to earlier, and the Epstein client list is it's really quite something, isn't it? That Maxwell,
something we're never going to see, Jaffe.
Yeah, it's almost, and they just keep, and the FBI director recently, I don't even know why he was on Joe Rogan, and they've been making the rounds. They're really kind of what is the word? Almost like not sandbagging, a little bit. Stonewalling.
Well, same thing. Sandbagging's good too, because like that's caused a lot of controversy, man.
Try finding that try finding sandbagging in a dictionary. I can't. I looked it up once, and it's like
Canasta.
it doesn't exist as far as the interwebs or any online dictionary is concerned. You know, and there's a lot of, and by the way, also there's certain things like Zog, hashtag ZOG, that X, when we've shared that in the past, that hashtag, they've shut us down. And I'm not sure. Does anyone know what that stands for? Vinny probably does. Zog.
Zionistic
occupied governments.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what's so offensive about? I mean, it's like speaking the truth. What did George Orwell talk about? In a time of universal deceit, speaking the truth becomes an act of revolution.
Boom.
You know, it's a revolutionary act. But some people just can't help it. It's like the emperor wears no clothes. What do you expect us to say? Really? Come on. So
I just put a sandbagging into the chat because there is a Wikipedia page on it.
Oh, really? Does it talk about sort of like stonewalling, holding back, and kind of working?
Chess, climbing, cue sports, golf, grappling, poker. There's a lot of different ways it's used.
Well, what's
law?
Law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what does it say?
Professional wrestling.
No, it's within
for
law.
Which one?
Legal
For
context.
law. Suing for a breach of contractual.
Nope. That's not it. Okay. Try again. Anything?
There's deliberately qualifying slower than what the car can actually perform. That's in racing. How about we do chess? Deliberately lowering one's rating to enter a lower rated section of a tournament.
Yeah. That's sort of. So it's like
that's what I was getting.
Disguising one's playing ability. Sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of concealing the truth.
Have you ever played spades?
No, but I have played. Let's end this now and put it to bed many times. So
spades is sandbagging. So is canasta.
Oh, I see. So you just kind of you're feeding your opponent just endless line of BS.
Right.
Just totally messing with their head the whole time. So
your opponent makes a bid on how many cards they can win, and then you make it to where they double that, and then they go backwards because they've got too much. They've won too much.
Spades. Yeah.
Sandbagging.
Alrighty. So so like a deception technique is one of the angles. Yeah. All right, folks. Well, hey, thank you so much to everybody once again, and great time as always. We had a lot of quality input and back and forth. Hopefully, everyone had sufficient enough time to have their voices heard. We covered all the main talking points of the day. We will be back here again this coming Friday night. That's the plan, at least, with Brad Olson, and it's all things esoterica, as far as he's concerned. Pardon me?
Said bring his A game.
Yeah, and you bring your PayPal donations.
I got to figure out what the address is.
Yeah, I guess you do. You have to. Yeah, how many shows?
Jaffe.
All right, man. Well, cosmic love can only go so far in helping to keep this ship afloat. So, but WPRPN.com, the website, and it's been a busy week in news, of course, internationally, domestically, and beyond. Let's hope that, well, who knows where things are bound to further proceed as far as the Middle East is concerned. So just a total, compromat, folks, look it up. Total psychopathic agenda unfolding before our eyes. On behalf of Captain Long John Sinclair and all the rest of the crew here down in Skullport Harbor, until we meet again via these high, often all too intrepid digital seas, I'm your host, as always, the Robin Hood's Chief Communications Officer, Jaffe Ryder, reminding you, ear to the ground, eyes to the sky, tally-ho.